Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risk their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is about the Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is a microchip. Alright, so this is another Mark of the Beast update. This time, taking a look at the overarching system that is coming in, which is the digital public infrastructure. Alright, so you have various parts that are being developed. Now, we must remember that, firstly, the mark of the beast is a microchip. All right, so let's just read that in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So the people that will be causing this are the Edomites, who are these so-called white people whose forefather is Esau. They're the ones that are currently in rulership. And it will be their ruling class, which is the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, the elite bankers, that will be pushing forward with this. All right, it is a part of their New World Order agenda, and the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, is at the forefront of it. And they intend to microchip the entire world. That's why it says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. It doesn't matter who you are or anything like that. In order to continue to function in society, you will have to take that microchip. And so the mark, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, so there is the microchip in the hand, and then there's the microchip in the forehead, which is the brain microchip. For both the hand and the brain microchip, the technology is out there, it's up and running, it is available for purchase and implantation. Now the technology is ready to go. All right, and then it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So unless you have the mark of the beast, which is a microchip, you won't be able to buy or sell. In other words, you're just going to be shut out from all of the services and amenities that society has to offer. And we can see where it's heading towards, because the digital ID, which is a stepping stone heading towards the microchip, shows you what it is. It's all about them consolidating all of your information, your biometrics, your medical records, your financial records, everything that you can think about your life onto one place, right? And then in the UK, what did they do? They announced that unless you have a digital ID, you won't be able to work in the UK. And this is something that is going to be happening all around the world. But once again, the digital ID is a stepping stone. It's one of the systems that are coming in, and the system has come in various different countries, right? From Jamaica to the UK to India, etc., etc. All right, then you have the other portion of the system coming in, which is the transformation of the monetary system towards a digital payment system. Hence the stable coins that was signed into law in America by way of the Genius Act, and then the central bank digital currencies that are being developed and deployed all around the world. Out here in Jamaica, the digital ID has been launched and the central bank digital currency has been launched. All right. So this is where it's all heading towards. Now, there's the other part of it, which is the overarching development of these digital systems around the world, right? Because there's this thing that Esau also wants to bring in, which are the smart cities and the 15-minute cities. They want to transform the world towards this complete digital ecosystem, right? And so that's why they have this digital public infrastructure, right? Which they're building up. So firstly, digital public infrastructure, which is DPI, consists of open foundational digital systems such as digital identities, payment networks, and data exchange platforms that enable secure and seamless interactions between people, businesses, and governments to deliver public and private services efficiently and inclusively by way of, as it says, digital systems. And then you can see here, let me read it again. Digital public infrastructure consists of open foundational digital systems such as digital identities, right? Payment networks, right? And what's that payment network that's being transformed? The central bank digital currencies that are coming in, all right? And then they have a wholesale CBDC and a retail CBDC, right? The retail CBDC is the portion dealing with the people, right? And then the wholesale CBDC is the whole, the inner workings of the bank and all that kind of stuff. Regardless, they're developing a digital payment system, right? So this is what DPI is. Then it says DPI forms a common infrastructure like physical roads that underpins various sectors, including finance, health, and agriculture, thereby fostering a vibrant economy and sustaining progress toward sustainable development goals. And so we know what those sustainable development goals really means. That is just a name for Esau's New World Order. Key components include connectivity, digital identity, interoperable payment systems, and data frameworks, all designed to be accessible, secure, and uphold democratic principles. All right, and all of this is being brought in to facilitate the microchip on that global and mandatory scale. They are transforming all of the systems to go digital. This is what the digital public infrastructure is about, right? The microchip itself is a digital device, and then that digital device that they intend to microchip into people is going to be used for all purposes when interacting with society, all right? Where they envision people, and it's going to happen because it's a prophecy, where people are microchipped and they're using the microchip for every single facet of their life. You know what I'm saying? They wake up, they're using the microchip to maybe open their phone. They're using it to open cabinets in the home, doors in the home. They're using the microchip to open up their car, open up their laptop, open up, any other kind of digital device, to interact with it. Then when they go about their daily lives, they're using the microchip in these, what they envision, the 15-minute cities, where you will have access to anything in 15 minutes, right? And so they envision people to be using that microchip to, just go about their daily lives. They go to the grocery store, it's microchip. You go to the doctor, it's the microchip. Everything is, tied to interacting with that microchip. So this is the prophecy, right? Where it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? They're just transforming the entire society. And then here, it is also called the intelligence age, the digital revolution, and also the fourth industrial revolution. So this individual, Klaus Schwab, who has been, the face of promoting this by way of the World Economic Forum for a good while, he has made various different statements regarding the system coming in, and he even mentioned back in, when was it? Here, that people are going to be microchipped in the next 10 years. And this was said January 10th, 2016. And so the year now is 2025. And he said in the next 10 years, people are going to be microchipped. All right. So he's an insider of sorts, he's showing his face. So he's like a puppet, etc. All right. But regarding the fourth industrial revolution, this is it. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
The fourth industrial revolution will impact our lives completely. It will not only change how we communicate, how we produce, how we consume. It will change actually us, our own identity. And of course gives life to such policies and developments like smart traffic, smart government, smart cities, what we will see is that everything will be integrated into a ecosystem driven by big data and driven particularly by close cooperation also of governments with business, civil society. And this revolution will come at a breathtaking speed. It will be like a tsunami.
Which is what we're experiencing right now, right? Everything is transforming digitally very quickly. Trump signed in the Genius Act to bring in the stablecoin, which is a digital currency at a 1-to-1 ratio to the US dollar. He also speed ran it with the signing of the medical industry going digital. And then upon his appointment this recent time, he first announced his $500 billion artificial intelligence infrastructure. And since then, throughout this year, what has developed very swiftly, the artificial intelligence, it is at a stage and level right now that is actually, quite frightening to some people because of how quickly it has developed and how realistic it is looking now. And also, something else that I've noticed is that people have simply just become ingrained into artificial intelligence with using it, relying on it, talking about it, referring to it, memeing about it, all these kinds of things, man. It is, so things are moving very, very quickly. And, for it to be moving very quickly at this stage, lets us know that the prophecy of the mark of the beast is very close.
And actually, it's not just a digital revolution, it's digital, of course, physical, it's nanotechnology.
Right? So it's not just digital, it's physical, nanotechnology.
But it's also biological.
And it's also biologic. Why? Because of the microchip that they are going to be bringing in, right? You can Google biometric microchip, all right? Which is something that, stores your data on it, and that digital ID system is showing you what is going to be stored on it. It's a stepping stone. All right, so this is what is happening. All right, so components of digital public infrastructure includes connectivity, the physical layer of communication networks, including the internet and mobile infrastructure, digital ID, systems that allow individuals to prove their identity securely and reliable, digital payment systems, interoperable platforms that facilitate fast and seamless financial transactions, data exchange platforms, secure frameworks for sharing and exchanging data between different entities and sectors. And you see, and this is the AI overview. So I just spoke about the AI, and even I, have fallen into just relying on it in a way because I just Googled it and I didn't bother to go to the various different websites to bring out what DPI is. I just took it from the AI overview, so it does have its uses, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to use it to continue to bring out this truth, right? Use it to our advantage. Then you see examples here, India Stack, which has India's digital ID, payment and data exchange systems, such as the Unified Payments Interface UPI, which has significantly increased digital inclusion. More talk about digital ID systems. Ukrainian DIIA app, a government-issued application and portal providing citizens with convenient access to state services and documents. So benefits of DPI: economic opportunity, improved service delivery, enhanced financial inclusion, And then, of course, sustainable development goals, which once again is nothing but, just a different name for their New World Order. All right. So, this is a part of the system coming in. And so you have these countries that are behind regarding the development of their digital public infrastructure, like Jamaica, right? Several months ago, an article came out regarding this same 15-5 campaign where they added Jamaica and Mexico to, being a part of it, because while it is that Jamaica has launched the central bank digital currency, the first in the world to launch it as legal tender, and then the digital ID. Out here in Jamaica, the digital public infrastructure is extraordinarily poor. All right. So they need to, from like a development standpoint of, the goals of the wicked elite of Esau Edom, they need to push forward with transforming, the systems. So it says representatives from the 26 countries which are a part of the 50 in 5 campaign actually attended an event Tuesday, September 22nd in New York to celebrate their strides in the joint implementing of digital public infrastructure. The 15.5 initiative, launched in November 2023, is a collaborative platform which aims to enable at 50 countries of the Global South roll out at least one component of DPI in a safe, inclusive, and interoperable manner by 2028. All right. So one thing is that we've been hearing about certain dates, right? First of all, we know that Esau's, what is it? I don't even remember what they're calling it now because the name has changed so many times. Is it, I think, Agenda 2030 now? 2030, 2030, right? So then we're hearing, different dates of like 2028, 2029, all this kind of stuff. Regardless of the date, the devil doesn't really, this is the devil, right? So he's not really going to let you know what his plans are. He's going to be doing things and then he's just going to drop it hot on you. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let those dates kind of make you feel a type of way. But also, we must remember in the grand scheme of things, if it were to go that far, you know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, it's but a few years, you know what I'm saying? But, through the spirit, it really feels like things are going to be happening sooner than that. All right, given the state of where Bible prophecy is regarding all of the prophecies. Okay. So then it says its membership has grown over the last 2 years, and so the brains behind the idea thought it was worthwhile meeting on da-da-da. All right. So digital public infrastructure in West Africa. The West Africa panel included the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy of Nigeria, Togo's Digital Economy and Digital Transformation Minister. See, so the countries, right? The countries have appointed Digital Transformation Minister. You see, Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. It's like, where did these ministers come from that are specialized in digital transformation? They just added them, right? You know what I'm saying? Because before it was like the Ministry of Agriculture, the Minister of whatever else, but now they have added a Minister of Digital Transformation, right? Or Minister of Digital Economy, right? Because this is a part of the agenda. It's all of the countries around the world are doing this, okay? So then the trio shared about the efforts being made by their countries in deploying digital ID and digital public infrastructure programs. All right. Then it also talks about LATAM, Latin America and the Caribbean and East Africa. Other panels involved digital ministers and other speakers who shared their digital public infrastructure experiences from Latin America and the Caribbean and East Africa. All right. So, and then safeguards, a critical aspect of DPI, right? So whatever they want to talk about there. Then new commitments to 15.5, right? The Minister of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence, right? Which that's about digital transformation, right? Reading between the lines. Of Trinidad and Tobago, Dominic Alexander Smith announced during the Latin America and Caribbean panel that Trinidad has actually just joined the 15.5, and so thank you. And we're very, very proud of that, right? So Trinidad is now a part of it. It is a one world agenda, man. So all of these countries around the world are moving towards this digital society, creating these digital ecosystems, and it is all to facilitate the microchip. Yeah. The prophecy is at hand, man. Okay? So Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, which is talking about the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, but at the end it shall speak the end of what? The end of the rulership of the so-called white man, who are the wicked. The scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world, talking about the end of an age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, and we in that point right now. It is speaking very loudly, shouting, yelling in the faces of the people of this world. It's very blatant what is happening, man. Extremely blatant. I mean, look at what has happened in the UK. Digital ID is now mandatory or will become mandatory, right? In order to work in the United Kingdom. And they just dropped it like that. Just like that. All right? So we're heading towards a prophecy, man. And that microchip is well on its way, which means the hour of temptation is coming as well. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And this is when you will be faced with the microchip. The hour of temptation will affect the entire world, as the word world here at G3625 is the word oikomini, which is the inhabited earth. Regarding salvation, it is only for the Israelites, and of the Israelites, Yahushua will only be delivering the elect of the nation of Israel. And if you take the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, you will be destroyed. This is the warning from Yahweh Shemishai. All right, in America, those of you that take it, you're going to be destroyed. We know the number of them. 1/3 is going to be saved and 2/3 are going to be destroyed. All right, and America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay, this is the warning, man. And it's a very, take heed. Okay, Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So if you take the microchip, the same shall drink in the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, who is Yahushai. All right, so there's a judgment for taking it, man, and that's the warning. All right, and we're very close to this coming to pass, because you observe the times. We're watchmen set by from Yahweh Shemishai to watch every single thing that is happening and then to report on it. And right now the report is we're very close. All right, to look at how the system is transforming to facilitate the microchip. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, B'Shem HaKadosh. Shalom.